I am making my very favorite maple mustard sherry vinaigrette today, and I'm going to show you how to make that. It's very, very simple. All you need, and I will be doing this without a blender, in just a jar. So all you will need really is some chopped shallots, salt and pepper, mustard. I am using both a combination of a grainy stone ground mustard and Dijon mustard, but you don't have to. You can use just a single mustard of any type. Some maple syrup, sherry vinegar, and olive oil. So the first thing you will want to do is get all of your shallots in the jar. Some pepper, you can be quite generous with your seasonings, because remember, you will be dressing an entire bowl of salad. Some very generous salt. Okay, now for the mustards. So pretty generous, since it is a maple mustard, and less of the Dijon. So maybe about, this much, or maybe a pinch more. Since it is stirred up. Now add the maple syrup. And this will probably, there will be quite a bit of maple syrup in it. I'm going to say maybe about a fourth of the volume of this jar. So you will want to mix that quite well. Another herb that goes very well with this dressing is some chopped tarragon that I usually use when my tarragon in my herb garden comes up. And that's a really nice complementary herb. I'm going to add a little bit more maple syrup to it. And comes the vinegar. At this point, you will be about halfway through the jar with the maple and the vinegar and everything else combined. Now comes pretty much the last part, and that will be the olive oil. And if you are using a jar, all you have to do is keep whisking with your fork as you add your olive oil in. And you will pretty much be adding the olive oil until you reach close to the top of the jar. And that should do it. What I'm going to do is take a little taste of my salad dressing to see if any other flavoring, mostly salt and pepper. Sometimes you may need to adjust the little sour and the sweet from the vinegar and the maple syrup if it doesn't taste quite balanced. So I am going to take a quick taste of it. And it is pretty near perfect. It could use just a slight smidgen of vinegar. And that should do it. All right. And that is your maple mustard sherry vinaigrette. I am going to use a new spoon. I have a salad right here. Oh, and I should probably taste it again just to make sure that it is pretty. It is just right. So I'm going to give it another taste. Much better. So I have a salad right here. It is some lettuce, mixed lettuce, and some mustard greens and a few leaves of arugula. I have just one small baby cucumber and some red onion in it. These greens were actually picked on April 7th that I have washed and stored, and today they were still very good, and I pretty much only tore off a small amount of brown spots here and there, and it is ready to go. So this is the last of the greens that we picked on April 7th, and all you want to do is just keep stirring and add maybe 1, 2, and about 3 spoons. That should be plenty to coat your salad just right. So just take some tongs, coat the greens, and just have a look and see if they look all well coated and shiny, and they do. And another thing you don't want is you don't want dressing sitting at the bottom of the bowl in a pool. So you want to make sure you use just enough to coat the greens, but not enough dressing to leave at the bottom of your bowl. And that looks well tossed to me. I'm going to taste 1 leaf. Just right. And the only thing I'm going to top this with is a few dried cranberries for a little bit of flavor and sweetness and nutrient. And for the crunch, a little bit of some dry roasted pecans. And that is what I consider my very basic and delicious, simple, easy, everyday salad.